Olympic prize. The Summer Olympic Games of 1936 were being held in Berlin. This was a showcase event for Adolf Hitler, who insisted that his performers, being Aryans, were of a superior race. I was not too worried about all this. I had trained and disciplined myself for 6 years for this game. I was eyeing the gold medal, just like the other contenders. I had even set the world record at the long jump event of 26 feet 8 1/4 inches back in America. At the trials, I was surprised to see a German athlete effortlessly reached 26 feet on his practice leaps. He was Lars Long, said to be Hitler's secret champion. I thought if Long won, it would add support to the Nazis' Aryan superiority theory. So I was determined to go out and show him who was superior. An angry athlete is an athlete who will make mistakes. And on my first qualifying jump, I leaped from several inches beyond the takeoff board for a foul. To make it worse, I fouled on my second jump as well. Walking a few yards from the pit, I kicked disgustedly at the dirt. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder. And it was Lars Long. He had easily qualified for the finals on his first attempt. He offered me a firm handshake. After exchanging greetings, he startled me with a piercing question. "How are you?" Noticing my surprise, he said, "Something must be eating you. You should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. Look, why don't you draw a line a few inches behind the board and aim at making your takeoff from there? What does it matter if you are not first in the trials? Tomorrow is what counts." The fog cleared up from my mind, and I did exactly as he advised. This time I qualified with a foot to spare. That evening I went to Long's quarter. We sat in his quarters and talked for 2 hours about track and field, ourselves, the world situation, a dozen other things. By the end of the evening, I knew I made a friend for life. The next day, Lars broke his own past record, and that spurred me to a peak performance. In my final jump, I set a new Olympic record of 26 feet 5 by 16 inches. Lars congratulated me, and I got the vibe of pure sportsmanship in his wishes. Hitler glared at us from around 100 yards distance. His pride was smashed, and I had proved the hollowness of his claims of racial superiority. I not only won gold in the 1936 Olympic Games, but also a friendship that lasted till death. Lars died in the fighting in World War II. Before his death, he wrote me a letter stating, "Someday, find my son. Tell him about how things can be between men on this earth."